many and children, many and children.
Yeah.
My God.
All praise, O my God, be to thee who art the source of all glory and majesty, of greatness and honor, of sovereignty and dominion, of loftiness and grace, of awe and power. Whomsoever thou willest, thou causest to draw nigh unto the most great ocean. And on whomsoever thou desirest, thou conferrest the honor of recognizing thy most ancient name. Now that was a meeting with a group of people called the Baha'i. Now it's a religious group, and they meet weekly for something called devotionals, which is just a dedicated time for prayer and communion. And so I'm not Baha'i, but I'd like to join them and sing and listen to the music and hear the beautiful prayers that they say. So that's one group that I like to hang out with during this quarantine time, even though it's from far away. And it really feeds my heart and makes me feel good to interact with people in such a noble way and with such a noble cause. Well, it's 11:30 and I have not been outside yet today, so I'm going to go outside and go on a long walk, or a short walk. I'm going to go on a walk. Like when the order was issued here, it coincided with like a 10-day like storm of practicing gratitude in the morning, then came back to like feed me through the rest of my day. Like without me trying, it would just like pop up and I'd be like, okay, well, how about I feel some gratitude right now? And I would do it and it would make me feel a lot better, you know, and then like the next day I would be more likely to do it. So it's like just by doing it once, like it comes back, you know, and it's like, it's just awesome to feel that regularly. I found some old videos of myself yesterday. Yeah, so I was like 15, I was in high school. I was like in my dad's house recording on my photo booth on my old laptop. Just listening to myself talk as a 15-year-old, it was painful to listen to. My voice was like a little bit higher, of course, but like even the rhythm and the meter, like I was not confident in what I was saying at all. Just to get a sentence out like, I think that it's good to talk into a camera because I can record my thoughts and see what I think. Like, it was like, I
also think that writing a book could help provide insight to the perspectives of a 15-year-old or a child,
and that's just me by myself, you know, like there's nobody around me to like make me feel self-conscious. Like that was just me, you know. And so seeing that like 10 years ago compared to today where I'm like doing the same thing, talking in the cameras, and seeing how I'm talking now, I'm like, holy shit, I've come a long way. So it's like it was painful, but also I think really good for me to like watch that video of 15-year-old Chris like trying to get through his thoughts and present them to the world.
Many children, many children, oh my God, many children, many children, oh my God.
Well, although many things have changed for this corona pandemic, mail is still a thing. So I've got a lot of mail I got to sort through. Alright, welcome to the mini episode of Chris's Kitchen. Now, when whispers of the corona quarantine were spreading through society, I, like many other people, said, I need to get some food so I can eat it if everything goes to shit. So I got some dry stores, got some like dry brown rice, 4-pound dry beans. So I'm cooking some of those today. But the last time I cooked dry beans, I had to not be around people for quite a while. So I'm trying right now, I'm cooking these beans, and I'm trying to get the farts out of them. I would not want to subject my roommates to the stench that these beans produce. It's the beans that make them. The beans make the stench. Alright, you guys, so the other day I bought half of a ham's ass for about $10. Now, I don't normally buy ham asses. I like to eat mostly vegetables, but I am a, how would you say it, opportunistic meat eater. So I saw this really good deal on a Ham Hock. It's probably good to have a little bit extra food in the freezer on stock these days, so you can eat it when you get hungry or in the future. Good protein, whatever. So what I'm doing right now is butchering this ham's butt. I just cut it in half. It was quite an ordeal. I wish I could have shown you guys, but I have the camera now, so I'll finish up. Now, when I was in the village in Senegal, I did a little bit of butchering there. So when they have parties and baptisms, they will oftentimes slaughter and butcher a goat, like right at the event. It's very raw, it's very present. But so when I was there, one of the guys who would do that, he had me help him. And so I learned a little bit about butchering. A big chunk of meat is literally a piece of an animal. So when you're butchering, once you take the skin off, and the fur, it's crazy like how quickly it becomes like, oh, like that's a cute animal with a head, to like, that's meat, something that I can eat and something that I recognize. And in our culture, that's not something that we very often see the connection between. Like chicken, you think of as meat, right? Not necessarily like the little chicken, like they're kind of separated in our minds, the same as like with other animals. So yeah, so I'm just gonna cut this up and slice it up and freeze it in freezer bags to store it for the long term. For all of you vegans out there, don't watch. Okay, so we've got a bone going through there, and then it comes out right there. I don't know how it goes, but we'll find out. So those dark spots, that's where you had blood going through, so that's probably arteries or veins. Now this is the core of the bone, but it seems like everything around it is pretty tough gristle. I'm gonna see if I can't get that off. Here we go. There's some meat. Okay, so that looks more or less adequate to me. And the bone left over, this will be a great soup bone.
Oh my God.